Time for recent reads. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Zach with Zacks Books, and today I've got a recent reads for you. I've got 3 books that I have read, well, recently. We're going to link the 3 of them down below if you're intrigued with any of them. Also down below we've got podcasts, we've got Pango Books, we're selling some stuff, we got thebooksandstuff.com, which is a blog that Danielle has been doing while I'm doing my writing stuff. I mean, we're doing it together, but she's the one who's doing the typing because I type super slow. So, but yes, very fun stuff. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the books. All right, first up is Security by Gina Woolsdorf. This book is, all right, so let me just lay some plot down here. This book is about a hotel. It's a fancy place, top-notch security, and basically we're following the perspective of like everyone who's working at the hotel. There's a killer on the loose in the hotel, and security is not doing their job whatsoever. Towards the end, there's a twist where we find out why they're not doing their jobs. And basically people are just getting picked off one by one. I hated this book. I'm going to be honest. I did not really enjoy this. The biggest problem I had was the narrative of it, where it's, okay, we're following this group of people, and then it's now like the next chapter, or like what Stephen King will do, where he's like 1, 2, 3. It's just like keep going, and it's like, yeah, oh my goodness. And then Danielle knows about this. There's a scene in this book, oh my god, where a woman is trying to escape a killer while simultaneously 2 people are trying to get it on. And it's like, it's not like one finishes and then the finishes. Ha, that was a terrible joke. And then the next one starts. It's like, oh, he took off her shirt. What's her name? Stabbed the guy in the ankle. Oh, now he's licking her nipple. Oh, now this is happening. And it's like, why are you mixing them together? I didn't like it. I did not enjoy it. I'm giving this 2 stars. I thought it was poop. It had potential, I will say. The ending, honestly, is probably what somewhat salvaged it with the twist and whatever, but I don't know, just it irked me a little bit. I just didn't. So I'm going to give this 2 stars. Just was not super enjoyable. So there you have Security by Gina Woolsdorf. All right, next up is going to be a fun author name to say. The Hole by He Young Pune. I for sure probably mispronounced that, so I'm very sorry. But yeah, so this, as it says in the top, a Korean take on Misery. Yeah, it pretty much was. All 3 of these books were part of Zocktober videos, obviously for Zocktober. So, not as one video together, but all separate types of videos.
Like research.
Yeah, maybe guess what you think they are. I'm not going to actually tell you if you're right or wrong until Zocktober happens. But Security, The Hole, and the next one, all were meant for a Zocktober type thing. So, yippee. But in this book, we are following Ogi. This is going to be a terrible thing for me to try and pronounce names. Ogi, I believe, is the main person we're following. He's a gentleman who got into a car accident with his wife, and wife didn't make it. She passed away in the car accident. He is absolutely crippled. Cannot walk, cannot move it. He's basically paralyzed. But he's like, it's not like permanent. He's like able to work on like moving stuff again. His jaw is like clenched shut, so he can't talk for himself. And basically you're following him. Basically, I don't know if it's at his house or if it's his mother-in-law's, but his mother-in-law is basically taking care of him. He has, at one point, a woman watching him, a caregiver or something like that. She is not a nice woman. And the mother-in-law, also not a nice woman. I'm just saying that. The only thing I will say, so I'm going to settle on probably 4 stars with this book. The only thing that kind of, I don't want to say it, I don't want to say I felt a little confused with the ending, but the ending was kind of like, I also don't want to say it's ambiguous, because I feel like we know what's going to happen to him, but I felt like I wanted something more definitive. It's a really solid story. You really feel bad for Ogie, but then there are parts where like they reference his past, and you're like, wow, he was kind of a dick. And so you're kind of like, okay, does he really deserve this? And you're like, oh yeah, he totally does. And you're like, but does he? So they kind of make you feel torn on how you should really feel about Ogie as a character. I was on team like, yeah, he probably should get a little torment, but what happened to him, I probably would not have done that. It is what it is. I personally liked the story. I'm settling on 4 stars. I don't know, I just thought it was really cool. But yeah, Misery, I definitely got those vibes with this book. The one thing I will say I liked better in this book than in Misery, don't shoot me, was the guy's not trying to write a book for this person, so there's no like little interludes of a whole completely different story. It's just continuous with this story. So I like that. So I'm going to sell on 4 stars. I would recommend this if you have read a, yeah. I definitely really enjoyed this book. So there you have The Hole by Hugh Young Pin. All right. Last up is Racing with the Devil by Brian Smith. So this book, I'm giving this 5 stars. I thought this book was really good. It's a short little novella. I thought it was really good. So this book, you're following 4 friends who are on their way to the boonies to do it's Halloween night, and they're on their way to the boonies because this drunk friend of theirs is just like, yeah, dude, non-stop parties, real fun time. And they're like, oh, cool, let's go. And so on the way there, they stumble across a man and a woman driving I'm not really good with cars, but one that's faster than theirs. A G17, Z something, I don't remember. Z28, the Z28, whatever that is. And like the 4 friends are drunk. The driver is a little bit not as drunk, and like there are so many weird things with this book. There's twists in it. It's kind of got like that rocker kind of feel with it too, because obviously they're, Racing with the Devil, I'm pretty sure is a song if I'm not mistaken, because literally while I was reading this I kept saying Racing with the Devil, so I'm pretty sure it's a song. I don't know. I need to go to bed. But yes, I really enjoyed this book. There's lots of twists. The devil character himself is like really cool. Lou, I think is his name, so I guess he's like Lucifer, I guess. Alternate area. It's a really weird book. I definitely would recommend this book. I'm giving it 5 stars. So I would definitely read this. Yeah. Racing with the Devil, Brian Smith. All right. There you have my 3 most recent books that I have read. It was it was average, I would say, because obviously I had a 5, a 4, and a 3, or a 2. Yeah, no, it's below average. But yeah, no, it was very cool. I enjoyed most of these books. I would definitely recommend them all to you. Just no security. I don't know. It's whatever. It's my opinion. Take it how you please. But yes, we'll have these 3 linked down below. Again, down below, podcast, Pango Books, thebooksandstuff.com, the blog, the Instagrams. Everything's down there. You know where to go. But yeah, let me know something you've read recently that you're super excited about. Let me know in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Later.